time to go home. I said the mics are hot.
1 minute.
I don't know if we could classify you as late because technically the show hasn't started yet.
That is true.
So I guess you're right on time.
Our new time.
Yeah. What's up, Jesse? He says, what's up, gente? What's up, man? Hopefully everybody had a great weekend, a good Father's Day. Hope you had a great Father's Day, Mike. You able to spend it with the kids?
Yeah, I did. It was nice.
Yeah. I got to see my pops, got to spend it with my kids, got to eat some lunch with the family. It's a good day.
Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
What's up, San Antonio? What's up, South Texas? This is the Alamo City Sportscast coming at you from the west side of San Antonio. West Bexar County also represented on this Monday morning, the day after Father's Day. Joe Garcia producing today's show. Again, my name is Mike Jimenez. Typically, Joe, we start at 10:15, but I think we have a new time slot here.
Yeah, I don't mind starting at 10, actually. I like 10
10 o'clock. I get out the door. I could be back at work by noon.
Yeah, I like how you left the scruff growing out.
Oh, you've noticed,
like you're
right?
going to grow a little soul patch.
Okay,
got some soul in
I
you.
am now 10 days in
Yeah.
without shaving. 10 days. And I think I'm going to go to Friday, make it a full 14, go to the barber and say, make something out of it. Give me a goatee. Give me a Joe Garcia goatee.
Get the Tony Stark goatee going.
Do you know how bad it is, dude? It's funny because I ask people, what do they think of the scruff?
Yeah.
Right? What do they think? And a lot of my guy friends, dude, James Pledger from San Antonio Sports Star, making fun of me about this because he's like, dude, it's not you. I've known you for years.
Oh, God.
You've never had facial hair. It's not you. But the ladies, on the other hand, my female friends, girls that I know, come around going, we like it.
They like the scruff.
But meantime, I go to my parents' house for Father's Day. I walk in the door. My mom says, bring back my son.
Oh, man.
She then says that I look like a terrorist.
You know they're going to go crazy now with the memes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not used to it, man. I'm going to go 14 days simply because I've never done it before. But you know what? Do I look tougher? Do I look?
No.
I don't look rougher?
You don't look intimidating. Doesn't look like you've gone, was it 0-1 and 1-0 and was it oyster bake fights?
Do I look like I belong in American Me or I belong in Blood In, Blood Out?
No.
Speaking of American
I don't
Me,
know. Maybe put the handkerchief on your head, dude.
Speaking of American Me, Danny De La Paz was on the show Friday with Fernandez and you and Chicano Fuerte. Fernandez did a fantastic job. And it was interesting because, you know, I'm a former journalist.
Yeah.
And I was a news reporter and a sports reporter for many years. And I actually was listening to the show, not in real time.
Yeah.
I was mowing the yard this weekend. And I put the show on. And I got to say this about Rik. Fernandez did an amazing job.
Yeah, he always does, dude.
The intro that he has, he's getting more comfortable. The intro that he had to the whole segment.
Yeah.
I mean, it even floored Mr. De La Paz, who was like, hey, man, that was a nice introduction.
Yeah.
It was great interviews, great questions. I didn't show up, not because I didn't want to. It's because, as I told you that morning, I said, I don't think I bring anything to the conversation. I had just seen American Me for the first time the night before.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to do a movie review, you know, because I liked the movie. It was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was great. I thought it was good.
Yeah, but it's not like really a movie review. We're basically talking to him about his acting career.
Right.
Yeah.
And now, the thing about it is that as Rik was bringing up all the time, Danny De La Paz is from Whittier, California. Guess where my family's from?
Whittier, California.
San Antonio and Whittier, California.
Yeah.
So had I known that, I might have shown up just to show, hey, man, I've got some Whittier bona fides over here. Telegraph Road going up and down.
Yeah.
Outside the 405 there in California, man. So no, but Fernandez did an amazing job doing that interview. I was very, very proud. I was like, wow, he has something here, because as he transitions out of the military, maybe this could be something that he does as far as alternative media and things like that. That's the
I was telling
fun
him,
part of what we do.
yeah, we had a little talk with him, and I was telling him, I think slowly what's happening is he's starting to transition into his niche.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Jesse A reaches out and says, Mike gonna grow a beard and have a bird in it like Peter Griffin.
Hey, maybe we should go visit Danny De La Paz. He has his little
Trader's
booth
Village.
at Trader's Village.
Yeah.
Man, he has some nice little fedoras, some caps, man.
It's old school. That's California right there. That's pure Whittier right there.
Yeah.
Sam Salinas asking me to get some horseshoe on that thing. Like I said, I'm not used to this. I'm going to do it for the first time. But you know what? I find myself becoming wiser because I'm doing this.
Wow.
You know?
You got to be smooth with it, man. Like you talking to the ladies, then you go ahead and do this.
Yes.
Lick your lips, go like that.
Lick my
you know?
lips.
What's up, girl? You want to buy you a drink?
What up, girl? Do you like dad bods? Or what was that girl that had that
No.
shirt? What did she
Oh,
say?
I love dad.
I love single dads.
I love hot single dads. Or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's funny. We have a lot to get into today because I always say that we have a big show, and typically we do have a big show. By the way, we're 913 subscribers strong. We're going to have some giveaways this week. I forgot it in the car.
Jesus.
But I forgot because I was running in here. We have a Rookie of
man.
the Year Topps basketball card of
Wemby
Victor
card.
Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Victor Wembanyama. And it's in a glass case, and we're going to give that away sometime this week to one of our loyal subscribers.
Sam Salinas says, beard oil, Mike. Get it, use it, man.
I know.
Or that beard's going to be smelling funky, bro.
Really? Is it like I might have that bird just like Peter
Oh,
Griffin
man.
in there?
Or like my good friend Jonas Clark, bro. That he has like this Viking kind of beard growing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of long. He has to put beard oil and maintain it and everything. He was just here over the weekend, just kind of like chilling with me and my kids and stuff. You know, we're just watching the fights and all that. But Jonas has like a mane, dude. He's like this big old beard going, man.
Now, here's the thing. As someone who is my skin tone,
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I can get away with a goatee. I don't feel like I can get away with a full-on beard. Even if I can completely grow it all in, I'll grow it all
It doesn't
out.
grow on the sides.
I don't think it's professional. For what I
Yeah.
do, I manage $30 million worth of assets right now.
Yeah.
Right? 13 on the investment side, 17 on the insurance
It'd be
side.
go with you great if you had
It's
that
not
voice
that.
from the guy from the Men's Warehouse.
Well, you're going to like the way you look.
Man, that dude's voice can,
It
can melt
fits the
butter,
beard.
dude.
It fits the beard.
Yeah.
I think white dudes could rock the beard a lot better than Hispanics can. I just personal opinion. Dude, so much to get into. You know, it's funny. The Brahmas lost yesterday, and the great thing about it is we don't
Jeez.
ever have to speak of it again.
Well, I was watching the game because I went to go see my dad, right? I
Yeah.
went to go visit my dad with my kids and all, and I took him some. Of course, what does every father want for Father's Day? Knowing my dad, I went and got him a case of beer,
Yeah.
you know, and go drop it off with some other stuff that I had gotten, some cards and everything that we had for him. So I sit down with him, and he's like, "You want a beer, mijo?" I'm like, "No, I'm good right now. I drank too much the night before. I'm trying to be good today. My liver is screaming no mas."
Yeah.
You know, so I'm there watching the Brahmas game with him. And instantly I already knew the vibe from the Brahmas, watching the quarterback. I was like, this guy stinks.
They were going to
bro.
wet the bed.
It
dude.
was awful.
End of the
It's
third
16-0
quarter.
quick, man.
End of that third quarter where he was fourth down, trying to get the
Oh,
first down, and he
God.
slides a yard short.
What a dumbass, dude. I mean, it was so bad. They even showed like a quick little, they went to the sideline, right, of the Brahmas, and the players were getting mad. You know, they're getting upset.
The only exciting thing about that game was Tom Brady was there,
Oh, he made his debut.
and they had the robotic dogs out there.
Oh no, they had Kurt Warner and him together.
Yes.
So that was a good thing. You had two Hall of Famers there,
Mhm.
you know?
It was good. It was good. But you know what? The season's over. Don't want to discuss them anymore.
It was
right?
just disappointing, bro.
Just-
It's like you would thought, I mean, at least put up a field goal, something.
Put up a
man.
point.
Nothing,
Not a donut.
dude.
To get
They completely
shut out.
shit the bed, bro. It was embarrassing, man.
$1.
It's worth it.
Okay, tonight's game 5 of the NBA Finals. We're going to talk about whether or not the Celtics pull it out. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, who is the real MVP? Will the real MVP stand up? Is it going to be whoever has a big game tonight between the two?
You know what? Low-key, I think the Celtics let the Mavericks have this last game
Win at home.
so they could win at home in front of the hometown crowd.
I was
dude.
thinking the exact same thing. Big fight this past weekend. Tank Davis got a win.
Yeah.
He said he was a little bit rusty. He hadn't fought in 14 months. I have a poll on my Twitter account at MJ Acquired Taste asking the question, and I'm going to ask you the question
Yeah.
for you to answer. Which boxer do you want to spend your hard-earned money on when it comes to pay-per-view? And I'm giving some options here. And I left Terrence Crawford out, right? I wanted to keep him in.
There's a poll, as you can see.
But I left him out.
Yeah.
I left the names out there of Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Canelo Alvarez, and Jake Paul. I did not want to include Jake Paul, but he had the second highest pay-per-view bout last year. So you got to add him in there. Terrence Crawford, to me, is good. He's fun to watch when he took out Spence and all that stuff. That's great, but I had to leave somebody out. Of those four, Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Canelo, or Jake Paul, who do you want to see fight? Who are you going to spend your hard-earned money on?
I'd rather see Canelo, dude.
Old school, baby. Right now, Canelo Alvarez with 52% of the vote, 32% going to Ryan Garcia.
Who wants to see Ryan? Ryan's he's a cheater, bro, and he's batshit crazy.
Well, did you see what happened after the fight?
Oh, I saw he was wearing the shirt.
Yeah, we rematch me, bitch.
I'm just like, and he was laughing. Tank was cracking up, dude.
So we'll talk some boxing today. We have to get into an NFL head coach who has that dog in him. Bill Belichick.
Oh, God.
Bill Belichick dating a 24-year-old cheerleader. Fair or foul when it comes to it? Speaking of fouls, Caitlin Clark got hit up beside the head yesterday.
Oh, I saw that.
Angel Reese, and everybody coming out of the woodwork saying that it was a dirty play.
Yeah, she was going for the ball.
He meant as you're defending Angel Reese because she went to LSU and your daughter went to LSU and you're a fan of LSU sports. And so many people were like, "That was such a dirty play." So we're gonna show that play at some point.
I have the video up.
Well, let's show it a little bit later.
Yeah.
Let's show it a little bit later. Let's get into that as well. Smalls.
Kidding me, Smalls?
Are you kidding me? Kidding me, Smalls? Smalls found himself in the pokey over the weekend, arrested for the second time. The crazy video when it comes to that. And speaking of crazy video out of Kyle Field this weekend as George Strait, King George, breaks an all-time record for the biggest concert in U.S. history.
OG, man. He's the OG of country music. Man.
He is, dude. Demon Mike might make an appearance.
Oh, God.
I don't know if I want to bring up Haktua, but if you know, you know.
Jeez.
The Haktua girl on TikTok this weekend went viral. I don't know if we're going to bring that one up necessarily. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll get into that. Chris Gonzalez saying Demon Bill.
Demon Bill. You know what's funny too? Not funny, but one thing that I saw that was pretty good, man. It was an honor. The great Pudge Rodriguez.
Nice.
He unveiled his Ranger statue, and we're gonna share the video that we have of it of him unveiling his own statue. And does it really look like him,
dude? They've been getting really bad about that stuff.
Yeah.
Over this week, we might have a little bit of a craziness going on right now. Did you know that there is a potential tropical storm brewing?
Oh, yeah.
Right now. That's amazing.
Speaking of tropical storms, maybe they coincide because Kawhi Leonard finally cut off his locks.
Really?
And sporting a new look. So we'll talk about that too. I know everybody hates the nephew, but hey, man, I just thought it was funny seeing a new look on Kawhi. Maybe it's going to translate into a new look. Maybe he'll play a little bit longer in the NBA, more games this season. We'll see.
We might get into some Spurs talk as well. I saw this very interesting mock draft over the weekend, and I find it interesting because it was the most concise mock draft that I've ever seen involving the Spurs. Just the way that they phrased it.
Yeah.
Bleacher Report.
There's a lot of news.
It made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
They basically said everyone's thinking that the Spurs are going to have like all these different things that they're going to do, but it's very basic.
Yeah.
There are 2 guys that they're looking for at 4, and there's 4 guys at 8, and they're guaranteed to get one of those guys at 8. So they're going to be happy with whatever they do.
They're going to get one of their 2 guys, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody will be there.
They have 2 guys already pinpointed there at 4. They know that Sarr is going to be gone. They know that more than likely Reece Shea is going to be gone. So they've got 2 guys that they're looking at 4, knowing that one of them will be there.
Yeah.
And they've got 4 guys at 8, knowing and they named the 4 at 8, and it made perfect sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the number 4, you're going to get the best available player, you know, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, one thing that we're going to talk about, too, because we're talking about the NBA Finals, we're talking about the Spurs and what they might do in the draft. You know what happened today, too? And this was the funny part of it. We always have to have a lighthearted moment, right?
Yeah.
So 30 years ago today, the O.J. Simpson chase kept interrupting a very physical Game 5 of the 1994 NBA Finals, and we got a little quick video of that as well.
That's amazing. So it's a 30-year anniversary.
30-year anniversary of the White Bronco.
Of me breaking up with Tina.
Oh yeah, your girlfriend at the time.
My girlfriend
you broke up with her. What did you say? Hey, hold on.
I said, wait up. We broke up in her living room.
Oh man!
And then the White Bronco chase happened, and I stayed. I stayed to watch it because I had to.
Talk about awkward moments, dude. You just broke up with the
chick.
chick.
What was I doing at her house when the NBA Finals were going on? Shame on me.
Game 5, bro. Game 5.
Now, speaking of Game 5, tonight, Game 5 between the Celtics and Mavericks. This could be it. Now, here's the thing. Games 1 and 2 that were at the TD Garden in Boston, Vegas had Boston winning by double digits. And guess what? They did. But today, smaller spread right now. The Boston Celtics favored by just over 6 points at 6.5 right now. Celtics trying to end the season, end the series there in Boston. And how is it possible that Luka Doncic can't play any defense at all in games 1, 2, and 3, but somehow magically in game 4, he's tying up Jaylen Brown? What was he doing? Like, to me, it looked as though the Celtics went into that game thinking to themselves, we do not care who wins this game.
Nah.
We are out here doing cardio. We want to get back on the plane. We want to win this in front of our fans. We know that you're not going to beat us 4 times in a row. And don't get me wrong, Dallas got hot and all that stuff. But Boston pulled out their players, their starters in the third quarter.
That was a smart move by the coach. He's like, you're done. You're done.
We're fine.
We'll wait till we get home.
We're going to go home.
Yeah.
We're going to go home. A lot of Luka Doncic fans right now are getting salty, man. They hated the fact. And we talked about how Brian Windhorst of ESPN just eviscerated Doncic over the weekend. And then people coming back, the Doncic fans were saying, this is the man calling our guy fat. And then they showed the side view of I didn't realize he was that big, man. I knew he was big, but I didn't realize
he's a big one. He's got the fat neck too. He's got that little lump on the back, dude.
Yeah.
It's
what do you think? $4 bills? $4.50?
Oh, dude, easily. His net fat is bumping, done lapped over the collar of his shirt and the suit that he's wearing.
Like when he buttons up his shirt, what is he, like a 24? What is he?
Jeez,
what is
bro,
he
I don't
doing?
even know. How do you do that? Like,
I mean,
you go to the tailor. Let me get the extra long tape measure for this one.
We haven't seen a guy like that since Biggie Smalls, man. He's basically big. I went to the museum.
How does he get on the chair?
Dude, that's funny, man. I don't know what hydraulics they have on that thing. I remember going to the Museum of Pop Culture in Seattle a couple of years ago, and they had a suit of Biggie's.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That was the most massive thing. Dude, I am a big guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm a tubby dude. I was less than half the size of Biggie's
Biggie was a big guy, though. He was tall, and he was a big guy, man. He was an imposing figure.
Sam Selena saying that he's on a forklift.
They're using the real hydraulics in that sucker, man. Damn.
Who says I would never buy his used car hand over fist? That is true.
Can you imagine the front seat of that car?
That is true. Now, right now, the odds to win the NBA Finals MVP right now is basically a neck-and-neck race between Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I want to see Jaylen Brown
deserves it, man.
Dude, he's been playing better. Tatum had that one game where he blew up, but consistently, game 1, 2, 3, and parts of 4, it's been Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown's a better player, man.
He is.
He plays in clutch moments.
Why is it that nobody sees that?
He plays clutch, dude, in these big games. Where's Tatum? He shows up when he wants. Jaylen Brown's been there throughout the playoffs, man.
And right now, it depends on the website that you're going to right now, because I'm taking a look right now at some of the odds that have gone out there from like DraftKings and things like that. Some of them are saying that right now Jaylen Brown is the favorite. Others are saying that Tatum is the slight favorite right now to win the MVP. Drew Holiday, very, very far outside. Was watching ESPN this morning. And
really?
They asked the question, what do you do? And I found this to be interesting because they were saying, who do you clamp down on? And do you clamp down on Tatum? Do you clamp down on Brown? One of the talking heads suggested that you clamp down on Derrick White, saying that Derrick White is the straw that stirs the drink.
Because he's a facilitator of the offense.
The facilitator.
Got it.
He's not going to score it, but he gets the offense going. He's not the point guard. He's that combo guard. He's a little bit of everything, But they basically said, oddly enough, if you stop Derrick White, you kind of slow the offense down.
You can slow it down, but the problem is that if you focus all your attention on Derrick White, Tatum and Brown, they're going to go off.
Right.
They're going to get theirs anyway. They just need the ball in their hands. Doesn't matter how it gets to them. Just as long as you get them the ball, and if you give them some space, they're going to knock down the shots.
Yeah, and I guess the understanding is if you slow the offense down just a little bit, even if it's 2 or 3 seconds, it might sound like, well, that's just 2 or 3 seconds, but that means several things. It means your defense can align a little bit better. It means that you have time to adjust to certain passes and passing lanes and things like that. But Derrick White's a very fascinating player. I wonder how many Spurs fans, if the Celtics win tonight, are going to go honking their horns down Commerce Street tonight.
No.
Okay, because I don't know. People seem to care that Derrick White's a former Spur. I don't care.
They're living vicariously through Derrick White because they know this Spurs team ain't it, bro.
Yeah. But, Derrick White, don't be wrong. I enjoyed him being on this team.
Yeah.
But the second the jersey's not on you, I cease to care. It just doesn't happen anymore.
Oh, man, there's Derrick White out there balling like me. Air balls left and right.
And he did have a bad game.
Van Stain says the same thing. Jaylen Brown and D. White bails out Tatum on clutch moments. No lies detected there,
it is.
Man.
Because if this was game 7 and you were down 1, who would you give the ball to? To a man, the Celtics would say they'd give it to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is that guy. He's not a superstar for one reason or another, but he is a superstar type of player. And that's the kind of guy that, if you say, what is the ideal superstar to have right next to Wemby? It would be a Jaylen Brown because the guy is not about ego. The guy is just going out there. He's kind of like a blue-collar player. He goes out there, knocks down the shots. And when he knocks down the shots, he's not like pumping his fist at himself.
Yeah.
He celebrates with his team. Jaylen Brown is the ideal teammate. He's the ideal basketball player right now. The Spurs need to have a Jaylen Brown type of presence on this team, right? Not a me first kind of guy, a team first kind of guy. And when I see Jaylen Brown play out there, I think to myself, he takes the right shots. He doesn't ball hog. He's not afraid to find his shot. He's not afraid to drive in. He is such a good player. He's not. Tatum will have the higher of highs sometimes, but Jaylen Brown very rarely sucks in a game. Very rarely does. And tonight, I would love to see Jaylen Brown, if the Celtics do go on to win the MVP. And then the talk will begin about Tatum. Well, why isn't Tatum? I thought this was Tatum's team. It's a two-headed monster. It really is. Derrick White, more than likely tonight, will be a champion. And I know a lot of Spurs fans are going to enjoy that. And I get it. I really do. I just don't care. I get it. Just don't care.
Yeah, I really think what will happen is that Celtics should win tonight, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Mavericks win another game and the Celtics still win in 6.
Well, what happens then? Then it goes back to American Airlines in
back.
Dallas.
Yeah.
It goes back over there, and suddenly you apply a little bit of pressure there because you don't want it to go to 7.
You don't want it to, man, but I think the Celtics have enough firepower to dispatch the Mavericks in 6, but they should stop playing around and just put them to bed in this game.
Yeah.
Just end it now.
Noah Bettis reaches out to us on our YouTube stream saying Spurs need a Derrick White type of player. Oh, wait. They did.
But they let him go.
Don't worry. I think we got Blake Wesley out of it, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot the details of the trade on the spot.
Blake Wesley.
But, it's funny because, tonight's game 5, as much as we had high hopes for the Dallas Mavericks, a lot of Mavericks fans point out on Twitter that the Mavericks didn't even make the playoffs last year. They were the 11th seed in the West.
Yeah, they missed it.
They were the 5 seed this year, beat the 4 seed, the 1 seed, and the 2 seed. They shouldn't even be here. And Mavericks fans have reason to celebrate because although a lot of basketball fans, myself and you included, thought that the Mavericks were going to take this series.
Thought it would be Mavericks in 5, but it has not been.
I had Mavericks in 6. You were a little bit more optimistic than I was.
Yeah.
But they're right. This is a team that kind of just got it all together this year, lightning in a bottle. The bad thing for it is that the Mavericks may not have another chance like this ever again because the West is so stacked. And that's why the Spurs right now, it's kind of hard right now to understand the tack that the Spurs are doing. We heard that phrase over the weekend. The what is it called? Brick by brick. That have you seen that saying that Brian Wright said? We're not going to try to field a team based on all of these trades and free agents and all that stuff. We're going to build it brick by brick. And all I heard was we're going to be chunking up bricks. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Tonight, again, game 5, Celtics favored by 6.5 points. Who you got tonight?
I got the Celtics, man, winning over the Mavericks. I think what's going to happen is that the Celtics are going to come out, punch them right in the mouth, and I think the Celtics are going to put on a dominant performance and just blow them out of the water, dude.
Yeah, I think Boston's going to win by like 9.
Nah, I think they're going to win by more, dude. I think it's going to be a blowout. They might be up big, but then I think the Mavs will go ahead and make a little run in the fourth. Nonetheless, I still, got the Celtics winning by double digits.
Let's go ahead and see that video of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese yesterday.
God, man.
This firestorm that was created because of it all.
Yeah, I'll bring that up right now. There it is.
Caitlin Clark on the ground right there. She had a big game yesterday. Triple-double. She was like 2 rebounds and an assist away from getting a triple-double.
Let's see.
She's driving in. And she's going for a layup. And Angel Reese goes for the block. But in going for the block, does not get said block. And
here's the replay again.
And hits her on the side of the head.
Ew.
The number of people who came at me and the posts that I was seeing on Twitter and on TikTok saying that this was dirty. I have been an advocate of Caitlin Clark for the past 2 months, saying, hey, enough with the dirty play on her, right? You don't want to have dirty play with her, because there was that one girl about 2 or 3 weeks ago when the ball wasn't even in play, hip checked her to the ground.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
There have been vicious plays on Caitlin Clark all season long. She has been targeted all season long. This was not a target. And this is not because I'm an LSU fan. This is not because I'm like, look. She's going for the block. Look how close she was to the block.
She hit her right there, but she was going for the ball. Man.
She was going for the ball. And if you rewind it a little bit, look at where Angel Reese is looking the entire time. Is she looking at Caitlin's head?
She's looking at the ball.
She's looking at the ball. And all these people reaching out to me going, Michael, it's because they have past beef. And, Angel Reese is not much of a person who gets a lot of blocks. Therefore, that this was targeting. This was they were going after her. No, this is an actual play in basketball. This is a routine play. It is such a routine play. I don't even think that it's really a flagrant foul. Now, it's a flagrant foul in the sense that anytime someone's head gets hit, because, the wussification of society, every time a player gets hit in the head, it becomes a flagrant foul. Them's the rules. I get that. But this is a common foul, dude. This is a player going for a block. And you know what? Caitlin Clark had that 3-inch vertical right there. When the swing happened, Caitlin Clark jumped up.
Yeah.
So she wasn't at head level at the time the SWAT was going up.
Yeah. I like JH's and NSB's name for you, White Knight Mike, because he says you're always sticking up for Caitlin Clark.
Well, right, but I'm not sticking up for her in this sense simply because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, this is not dirty. We see this every day now.
They said it was a basic foul, and then somebody had said in here in the chat, how is that not a flagrant?
It's a flagrant foul by letter of the law, but not by spirit of the law. That is the thing. Now, Chicago Sky, which is who Angel Reese played for, lost yesterday. Caitlin Clark's team, the Indiana Fever, went on to win 91-83. Caitlin Clark had a big game finally because she'd been struggling for a while. 23 points on 7 of 11 shooting. She knocked down 3 3-pointers. So it's 23 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. Angel Reese, who's probably her biggest rival for the Rookie of the Year award, had 11 points and 13 rebounds and 5 assists and 2 steals. Angel is bringing it more consistently, but the higher of the highs most definitely is Caitlin Clark.
Look at Jesse A. He says, Angel trying to shoehorn herself into the conversation, says Caitlin draws views because no one's seen anything like her in the WNBA. He says Angel's play doesn't stand out to him.
Well, Angel's play is not sexy.
Yeah, she does all the dirty work.
She's not, she's Draymond Green.
True.
I'm not saying that because of temper, but she's Draymond Green going out there doing the dirty work, getting the 13 rebounds. I mean, look at Angel Reese's last 5 games. If I was to show you her last 5 games, Joe.
I have an actual.
Here it is right here. Here are the number of rebounds that here's the points and rebounds that Angel Reese has done the last 5 games. Tell me if this is worthy of her being in contention for Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
Last 5 games. 16 points, 11 rebounds, 5 steals. 13 points, 13 rebounds, 5 steals. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 2 steals. 10 points, 14 rebounds, 2 steals. 11 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists. You can't tell me that Angel Reese sucks.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't. She does a lot of the dirty work. She's basically a power forward.
Yeah.
Right? So she's not out there chunking threes like Steph Curry. She's not
doing the flashy plays, man.
Caitlin Clark is basically Steph Curry.
Yeah, and look at here's to show you what's going on with Caitlin Clark. It's showing, this is from the WNBA's account itself.
Yeah.
And it says in today's matchup, which was yesterday's matchup versus the Sky, it says Caitlin Clark became the fastest player in league history to record 200 plus points, 75 plus rebounds, 75 plus assists in 15 games. The previous record was 16, and that was held by Shannon Johnson way back in 1999.
But the thing is, by far, she's the league leader in turnovers committed.
Yeah.
And it ain't even close.
Yeah, man.
It ain't even close. So you take the good and the bad. Angel Reese is more of getting the job done. She plays good defense. She's like LaMarcus Aldridge. She's Draymond Green. She's not out there chunking threes. And people are like, well, she hasn't knocked down a 3-pointer all season long. She's not a 3-point shooter.
So you don't have to, man.
That's not her game. Yeah. It ain't her game. But it's going to be interesting whenever you see the Rookie of the Year awards. I swear if Angel Reese got it over Caitlin Clark, half the country would melt down.
And look at what Caitlin Clark does. I think this is the big reason why she's so hated by some of the other WNBA players. She's the draw, man. 6 networks set records for their most watched WNBA games ever before June. All but one, which featured Caitlin Clark. She's the draw. She brings in the viewership.
Well, Monica McNutt from ESPN, she was on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart the other day, and they were talking about Caitlin Clark and the rough play. And Monica McNutt was basically saying the problem that she sees is that a lot of people don't realize that the WNBA has been playing rough for years, and that when they watch Caitlin Clark play college, whether it be Iowa against South Carolina, Iowa against LSU, or whoever they were playing, typically college ball is not very physical.
Yeah, it's more offensive.
But the WNBA is a lot more physical, and people are now realizing that because it happens both ways. Now, Caitlin Clark is a big draw. You do not bite the hand that feeds you, But the thing is that Caitlin Clark is showing that it's going to be rough for her.
Yeah.
And is there a bounty on her? To some extent there is. But yesterday there wasn't. That was an actual legitimate play on the ball, and she happened to get hit in the head.
Yeah, David Otwater agrees with you. He says Caitlin is Steph Curry. And look at this one. This one's funny. Mario Cavazos. Jeremy Sohan is better than Angel Reese. I said it.
If I had my life on the line and I had to figure out who was going to make that free throw, I would bet that Angel Reese would make that free throw over Jeremy Sohan. Even though Sohan did improve to 75%, Angel Reese is a pretty good player, man. Pretty good player. It's really a three-horse race, if you will, for Rookie of the Year in the WNBA. And the fact of the matter is, think about this. Caitlin Clark is moving the needle because we're talking about it. And people are commenting right now because they're watching too. They're watching the highlights. They're reading the stories and all of that stuff. That's the beautiful thing about what's going on is that it made it a thing.
JHNSB says Reese is much better than Sohan.
You know what? Here's the thing. Demon Mike's time. Angel Reese is hot.
Oh, no, man.
Angel Reese has nugget status.
You got to make it weird, bro.
It's the nugget, dude. And wait till Paige Beckers gets into the league next year.
No, God.
Paige Beckers, nugget of the Nuggets, dude.
Yeah.
Very nice. Let's give some love to Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5.
Locked on Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked on Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/at Locked on Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked on Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
I subscribe on Spotify and on YouTube.
I subscribe too. You know who's going to be on the show on Wednesday?
Who's that?
El Jefe himself.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Bring him on in. He got mad at my scruff. He called me Evil Mike.
Oh,
the Evil
God.
Mike version of it all. He has an article on kens5.com, and you can follow Jeff Garcia at Jeff G Spurs Zone on Twitter and Threads. And the article basically talks about the betting odds, and it's betonline.com, of who the Spurs are going to take at number 4 overall. And apparently there's a 3-way tie between 3 players, one being Stephon Castle, the other being Rob Dillingham, Dilly, and the other one being Stephon Castle. Nikola Topic, rather. So Topic, Dillingham, or Castle, that those are the odds. So I saw this mock draft. If you go, I like that picture. We keep that up. I saw this mock draft on bleacherreport.com. And it boiled it down very well, basically saying, why is it that people are trying to figure out, like, it's crazy what the Spurs are doing? The Spurs have an obvious need at point guard and an obvious need at number 3. They at a 3 spot, small forward, or they need a bucket getter. It's not that difficult, is what Bleacher Report was saying. And when they broke it down, they said, look, the Spurs have 2 guys that they're looking at for 4 and 4 guys that they're looking at 8.
Yeah.
They know one of their 2 guys will be there at 4, and they'll just take the one that's there. And they know that of their 4 guys they're looking at 8, one's going to be there.
Yeah.
It's very basic. So who at number 4? Well, in a perfect world, the Spurs would take Zachary Reese-Archet, but he's probably not going to be there at 4, even though the Spurs worked him out the other day. If the Spurs want to get Reese-Archet, they're going to have to move up to get him.
And that's the rumor.
Most of the mock drafts out there, right? So package the 4 and 8 or more to move up to 1 or 2 to get him. That's possible. The problem that you're seeing with the mock drafts right now is no one knows what these guys want, because Atlanta at 1 reportedly is kind of not sold on anybody yet.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, well, we like that we're in the position that we're in, but we need more than just that one guy. We don't know which one to take.
Yeah, they don't know to take Reese-Archet or Sarr or who they want.
Right.
Yeah.
And at number 2, you've got Washington,
God, man.
who, there's no, they've given no idea as to who they're going for. And then you have Houston at 3. Houston at 3, they're like, okay, well, great. We have a choice between guards, and we don't need guards.
Who does San Antonio want? That's the guy we're taking.
Yeah. So it's so funny because Atlanta working out Donovan Clingan.
Oh, God. Dude.
And you know what? That might be the number 1 overall pick. And if that happens, or if Clingan goes number 2 overall, dude, the guy is solid. He's solid. It's not sexy, but he's solid. I think at the very least, you'll get a decent NBA player. You might not get a star.
Yeah.
But you're going to get a decent NBA player.
A role player.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you see the Bleacher Report come out and say, look, here are the Spurs 2 guys at 4. It's Stephon Castle and Matas Buzelis from G League Ignite.
Yeah.
Stephon Castle of UConn, Buzelis of G League Ignite. That's who they're looking at 4, according to Bleacher Report, saying those are the 2.
David Atwater agrees with you.
One will be there, one will not.
Yeah.
And if both are there, great. Stephon Castle, Matas Buzelis. And it says at number 8, it's easy. Because who are they looking at 8? Nikola Topic. They've got...
Oh, God. He's damaged goods, though, man.
I know. They've got Topic. They've got Dillingham. They've got that Devin Carter from Providence.
Okay.
And there's a 4th player out there, like a Reed Shepherd, right?
Yeah.
Those are the guys who are looking at 8. And one's going to be there. So they're going to get Buzelis or Castle up top with Topic, Dillingham, Devin Carter on the back end. Say it's not that difficult, not that hard of a science. Now, if the Spurs were to get like Castle first and Buzelis to drop to 8, well, then that would be their combination. And when I read that, I was like, my God, I've been wrecking my brain on this for the last 2 months. And they did it to a science that is so easy to understand, and now I buy it.
Yeah, I get that. And look at what JHNSB is saying. Don't let height stop you from getting Dillingham. Look at Brunson and Maxey. Also his height.
Okay, so Tyrese Maxey is a very good point right there, because I like Maxey. I saw Tyrese Maxey play when I went to Philadelphia. I went to go see a game over there where they play. Problem is that Tyrese Maxey weighs 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Right? So he might be 6 feet tall, 6'1", but he's 200 pounds. Rob Dillingham weighs $161. 39-pound difference between the two. Jeez. That's the difference. And you look at Brunson as well. Brunson ain't a stick out there. So Brunson's not going to get pushed around necessarily because of his weight. I mean, if you're going to be small, be wide. And that's the thing. But again, follow Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5. Do you buy into the Bleacher Report, Joe? Buzelis, Castle up top. Do you buy into that?
I don't know if I'm buying into that just yet, because what will happen is that they're going to have a lot of people trying to make their a lot of rumors going in with these teams trying to make these moves. Mm-hmm. And I think you're going to have these rumors, and there are going to be a lot of different sources saying things all the way up until the time that the team actually makes their pick.
Right.
Because there's going to be rumors flying. Oh, they're looking at this guy. They're looking at that guy. I mean, it's good to like follow the rumors and see what happens. But ultimately, what happens is that they wind up picking, like you said, something that doesn't go too far out of the box that they wanted to be in.
Right.
They're going to make that pick. And it's like, oh, yeah, we anticipated they're going to do that. But then you have all these other rumors trying to make things interesting, So
NBA.com actually just posted Jonathan Wasserman's mock draft from Bleacher Report. Wasserman does a good job. I like what he does. He's one of the few that I do follow when it comes to it all. He has right now, as of today, a little bit more than a week away from the NBA draft, he has the Hawks taking Zachary Reese-Archet #1, saying that he's going to edge out Alex Sarr. Has the Washington Wizards going for Alex Sarr #2. Has Reed Shepherd of Kentucky going #3 to Houston. Has the Spurs at that point. Again, he says Buzelis or Castle. He has the Spurs going after Matas Buzelis, a 6'9" small forward from the G League Ignite. He's Lithuanian. By the way, the pro comparisons are interesting because Zachary Sarchet, according to Bleacher Report, his pro comparison is Harrison Barnes.
Really?
Alex Sarr, Evan Mobley. I'm a big fan of Evan Mobley.
If people don't remember him, you can look him up.
Reed Shepherd at #3 compared to Dante DiVincenzo.
Jeez. And he's a role player.
Now, here's this one. I find this one interesting. Matas Buzelis, 6'9", 197, again, Lithuanian. I'm always excited whenever they compare a white guy to a black guy and vice versa, because it doesn't always happen, right? Reed Shepherd is obviously Dante DiVincenzo, right? He's not a black guy. He's another white guy, right? But Buzelis, they compare it to an African-American.
Yeah.
Lamar Odom. According to Bleacher Report, and I'm quoting this on their article, it says, there has been positive chatter from many circles around Matas Buzelis during the pre-draft process. Teams are expecting him to go before his teammate Ron Holland, and it feels like the intrigue around his athleticism and scoring versatility and upside continues to grow among teams trying to determine the top prospects in the final evaluation period. And it says the Spurs should be able to guarantee themselves Topic, Dillingham, or Carter at 8.
Dilly.
Or Castle. #5, they have Cody Williams jumping into the top 5. His comparison is Jaden McDaniels.
Jeez.
They have Stephon Castle dropping in #6 to the Charlotte Hornets. His comparison is Anthony Black. Donovan Clingan, again, who's being worked out at #1 overall by Atlanta, going #7. His pro comparison, Roy Hibbert. This tells you how bad of a draft this is, right?
Man.
At #8, according to Bleacher Report's mock draft, Spurs going after Devin Carter out of Providence, point guard, shooting guard, combo guard, 6'2", 195, 22 years old. His pro comparison, Derrick White.
Oh, I couldn't be mad at that.
Okay.
All right.
And then your boy Ron Holland going number 9. His comparison is Cam Whitmore, and Dalton Knecht going 10. His comparison is Wally Zerbiak.
Jeez.
Okay. You know what's so funny is that the pro comparisons of the 2025 NBA draft are all like Hall of Famers. Over here, we're getting Wally Zerbiak.
DiVincenzo.
Did not take DiVincenzo as the number 3 overall pick in the draft. Anthony Black,
God,
Roy
man.
Hibbert.
Jeez, man.
But Devin Carter, Matas Buzelis, I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah. You know, the Spurs had an opportunity to draft DiVincenzo years back in the draft, but he was picked right before they went ahead and made their selection. I mean, it kind of worked out at the end, you know, for the Spurs. Because, I mean, he's just shown that he's just a role player. And that's the disparity that's going on right now with the players that are available in this year's draft. You look at them, and if they were up against, let's say, much better talent, a lot of these players going 1 through 5, they're just role players, man.
Real fast, dude. I'm looking at the 2025 draft prospects.
Man.
This is according to NBA Draft Room.
We got it up right now, man.
They have the number 1 prospect for 2025 being Cooper Flagg out of Duke, power forward, 6'8", 200. They call him a unique prospect. His comparison is a cross between Scottie Pippen and Andre Karolinko. Okay.
Gosh.
They don't have a comparison yet for the number 2 player, Nolan Traore out of France. But the number 3 guy, Dylan Harper, his comparison, James Harden. Ace Bailey, the number 4 guy, Tracy McGrady. And number 5, VJ Edgecombe, Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade. Look at this. Look, Sam Salinas brings up a good point, man. He says, does the 2025 class convince Wemby to tank his sophomore season? You know, do the Spurs continue the tank again for another season? Because the 2025 NBA draft class, like you said, it's pretty stacked, man. If you get a top pick, you're getting a good talent to pair with Wemby. So, that could be a solid superstar.
Right. So Wemby was in the 2023 draft, which was considered to be an above average draft.
Yeah,
it had the generational talent, number 1, but it was an above average draft.
Still had good talent there.
You know, there are certain years that you have superstar after superstar after superstar coming on. You know, I'm looking at the top draft classes of all time. Remember 2003? You had LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and you had Chris Bosh in the same draft, top 5.
Yeah,
I'm missing one. Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, Carmelo
was in that draft as well. So GiveMeSports.com has the top drafts of all time. And I'm going to go down here. They have as the top draft of all time being 2003. Right? Makes sense. LeBron, Carmelo, Bosh, D. Wade. Sometimes this happens. 1984. That one's famous because it had Hakeem Olajuwon, Michael Jordan in it. 96. Kobe, Allen Iverson, Steve Nash, Steph Marbury, Ray Allen. I mean, there are some drafts that are just super strong. 2009 had James Harden and Steph Curry, Blake Griffin, DeMar DeRozan, Drew Holiday, Jeff Teague. Every once in a while, you get a draft like this, and that's going to happen in 2025. So you're asking the question, should the Spurs low-key tank? Well, the Spurs have not only their own pick, we have Atlanta's unprotected pick.
No.
We also have Chicago's top 10 protected, and we have Charlotte's top 14 protected. I think the tanking's going to be, maybe we just look at Atlanta and see how bad Atlanta is.
And that's what David Atwater just said. Hopefully the Atlanta 2025 pick is high.
Yeah.
And Tim Gonzalez, he's been a Cooper Flagg fan forever.
Yeah, forever. Well, he's a Duke fan.
Yeah.
You watched any of the U.S. Open last night?
No, man, I did not watch that.
Dude. I am not. Okay, I'm a pretty big golf fan when it comes to the majors. Bryson DeChambeau went on to win his second major yesterday. He won the U.S. Open back in, I believe, 2020, and then he won it again in 2024.
Yeah.
He beats Rory McIlroy, who was at the Texas Open a couple of months ago. Rory McIlroy, who was a phenom coming out, won 4 majors right out the gate, hasn't won a major in a decade, and is second place yesterday. They're going down to the final few holes, dude. Okay, so going into the final round, DeChambeau had a 3-stroke lead coming in, and he went off to wet the bed the front 9. Then you see Rory just completely drop his pants, dude. Rory up by a stroke with 3 holes to go, misses a 4-foot putt. 2 holes later, misses a 2-foot putt.
Jeez.
These are putts that literally everybody watching the show right now could have knocked down. He just completely gave that game away. So Rory putting, this is a courtesy of NBC Sports, by the way. Look at these putts.
Let's take a look.
Did you see that? Look at this.
That's a little chip shot right there, man. Come on.
He did that twice in the last 3 or 4 holes, man.
Oh.
Twice in the last 3 or 4 holes. Missing a little. I mean, these, you're not going to win. And he did it again here. Twice.
Oh.
Look at the lip out. And when they show the replay of it, the ball was 3/4 of the way down.
Putting a little too much on it, dude. You got to just barely tap that sucker in.
Okay, so then that happens, right? They go down to the final hole. They're tied. Rory ends up hitting it into concrete. I don't know what the hell he was hitting it off of. Rory on the 18th just completely missed where he was going, right? He was just, it was this awful terrain. He had, on the 18, for those of you who didn't watch, he had a shrub right in front of the ball, dude. Like if he had swung it hard enough, he might have broken his wrist.
Oh.
He had a little shrub sticking out that the ball had to go through, and he messed up on that. DeChambeau, meantime, on the 18th, ends up almost going out of bounds, but DeChambeau on the 18th just goes off and just has a ridiculous 18th hole.
Chris Gonzalez said it was the shot at 17 when Rory shot it over the par 3. It was momentum. It was a momentum killer. Always a 3-foot putt is the worst shot in golf.
I'm gonna find that, dude. I gotta find it because it gives. Because I know a lot of people did not watch it, right?
Yeah.
But I think the video has to go along with this to kind of show exactly how difficult this was, Joe. These are 2 of the greatest players in golf right now.
Yeah.
Who just the last 3 holes just melted, dude. Just absolutely melted. Missing little putts and a little bit more putts. It was crazy, dude. DeChambeau from the bunker to win. Rory coming up to the at the 18.
No.
When he missed that putt, guess what he did? Again, DeChambeau right behind him. Guess what he did? He went inside. This was the play of the game right there. Play of the tournament. DeChambeau needs to go up and down to win. Look at that. After hitting it nearly out of bounds on his tee shot. 4-footer to win. 4-footer to win.
Just tap that sucker in. There you go.
Oh my goodness. The reaction that he had there. I like his tan line. His forehead completely white. Okay, so I wanted to show that because it's interesting when you see the last round of golf in a major, right?
Yeah.
You are defined by majors in golf. And DeChambeau is somebody who is known as the heavy hitter, right? The guy that's going to knock it 360 down the middle of the fairway. He couldn't find a fairway to save his life yesterday. Goes in up 3, loses the lead. Think about this for Rory McIlroy. He has to think about the fact that Rory McIlroy knows that if he had made a 3-footer and a 2-footer down the stretch, he would have been the champion. He lost because he missed a 3-footer and a 2-footer. Meantime, DeChambeau, who melted down, who melted down and lost his lead and is hitting the ball out of bounds. Couldn't hit the fairway to save his life. Knocks it almost out of bounds. Tries to pitch out of there because he's got a structure in the way, like the stands are in the way. He has to shoot out, gets it into the bunker, and then goes from the bunker to 4 feet away and wins the tournament walking off. And Rory McIlroy just stands there with his hands on his hip.
You know what that's the equivalent of? Not knocking down your free throws, man. You're that close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Little shots like that are the killers.
It
dude.
was
Steel
brutal,
killers.
dude. It was brutal. But congratulations to Bryson DeChambeau. He is the 2024 U.S. Open champion.
We got a crisis over here, too. I've been looking at my phone because my wife, she's at the Sam's Club, right?
Okay.
She's trying to buy some stuff for her work and all that because they need like fruit trays and all that. And I tell her, hey, Sam's Club is right next to her work, not too far away from the medical center. Tell her they come in clutch because their fruit trays and cookie trays and cupcake trays and all that. They're cheap, and you get a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So she goes over there and she's like, I can't log into the app. I forgot the password. Why do women always do that, man? It's like, why do you log out of the thing to begin with? In case in point, she did get a new phone recently, but she's over there trying to go ahead and do these things. And she's telling me, can you change the password? I'm like, I'm trying. It's not working. I might have to call them and get the password changed so she can get into the app and buy her merchandise, whatever she needs. But usually I get the bill for it.
We'll get it going as soon as possible. Do you have that entertainment bump ready to go?
Yeah, man, I got the entertainment bump. Let's go ahead and do this.
On my screen here, we are witnessing history. This is Kyle Field. If you can show my screen real fast. This is Kyle Field out in College Station, Texas, home of the Texas A&M Aggies, for the largest concert in U.S. history. George Strait packed over 110,000 people into Kyle Field to watch a concert over the weekend. 110,000 people. Can you imagine the parking situation at Kyle Field for this?
Can you imagine the ticket prices?
Can you imagine how boring that concert was? We need to talk about this, Joe. I may have mentioned this before. I've seen George Strait in concert. I saw him with my ex a few years ago. My ex and I both fell asleep.
Oh, come on, man.
We love George Strait. That's my ex's favorite singer. I love George Strait, San Antonio royalty. And I'm sure he was great. Ace in the Hole Band. I'm sure he was great in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. But when I saw him in the year 2023 or 2021 or whatever that was, it was so bad. It was so bad. But I did see highlights of this concert, and it seemed to be a little bit better. But I wouldn't pay money to go see him from section 645 at Kyle Field. Are you kidding me? Now, if it's Green Hall, if it's the Tobin, I'd go watch him play.
That reminds me of a story that one of my good friends told me. His name is Ed Luna, right?
Yeah.
He's like, he went back to El Paso, right, to go visit his family. And his cousin's like, man, we were wanting to go see Donkin, right? This old rock band from back in back in the day. So he's like, man, we're so excited. They announced Dawkins going to be the headliner for this festival that they have. The guy, he's probably 70 plus, right? Already up there in age.
Yeah.
Lead singer. He goes, he knew it was going to be bad when they wheel the guy out in a wheelchair on the stage, and they give him the microphone, and he's singing one of their iconic songs, and he's like, he doesn't have the voice no more, and he goes, into the fire, and they're like, oh, all hype for nothing.
Now Jesse A says he was at the show on the floor. Says he parked a good 25 to 35 minute walk to the stadium. Was a good show. I'm glad. Apparently Jason wants me to have my Texan card pulled away. Such blasphemy. Dude, I'm not saying that he's not an all-time great. George Strait is my favorite country singer of all time. He's an all-time great. When I saw him at the T-Mobile in Vegas, he was boring AF, dude.
Oh, God.
He was awful.
JHNSB says, of course you hate on it.
I love George Strait. Doesn't mean that it's a great concert. Dude, I saw, people ask me what's the best concert I've ever been to. Joe, I'm going to tell you what it is. Stone Temple Pilots was the best concert I ever went to.
Scott Weiland?
Yes. Do you know what the worst concert I ever went to? Stone Temple Pilots was the worst concert I ever went to.
Worst and the best.
Because there's sometimes they have good shows and sometimes they have bad shows. And over there, it just wasn't it, man. It just wasn't it.
Mario Cavazos waiting to see George Strait and Santana at the Sunken Gardens.
Is that a real thing?
I guess so.
I would hope so, man. That'd be badass. Dude, I went to the movies this weekend. Inside Out 2. Are you familiar with Inside Out?
I am, dude. My little niece likes watching it, but to tell you the truth, I've only watched like little bits and pieces of the original with her because it's hard for me to get into these little kiddie films.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ain't doing that no more. My kids are grown now, so I ain't got no business watching these kid flicks. You know,
made 155 million this weekend in the United States alone, nearly 300 million worldwide. The biggest opening since Barbie, and it almost beat Barbie. I went to the Flicks with my kids to watch this. They had an 11 o'clock showing, an 11:20, an 11:40, a 12, a 12:20, a 12. They like the entire theater was basically this movie.
Inside Out 2.
And I'm gonna tell you what though, Inside Out was the perfect animated movie. It was perfect. And Pixar has been in the dumps the last couple of years when it comes to things. People have said that they've become too socially conscious, and people have gotten upset at the things that they've been saying and some of the themes of the movies. If anyone has a teenage daughter, especially like mine, who's between the ages of say 10 and 14, maybe 8 to 14, you have to take him to this movie. My daughter laughed at me because it teared me up. And basically, the Inside Out is basically about what's going on inside the head of a teenage girl.
The emotions, you know.
And, you know, one of the characters is joy. One of the characters is
sadness,
envy, embarrassment and whatnot. But they introduce a new one, and it's an orange character.
Anxiety.
And it's anxiety. And anxiety takes over, and it's basically about a girl who is going into high school and is losing friends, gaining friends, trying to make the best of both worlds, has hormonal changes, and anxiety creeps in. And her joy has been her life between the ages of 0 through, 1 through age 10 or 12.
Yeah.
But at 13, anxiety creeps in. And then over there, the big guy right there is embarrassment. Anxiety and embarrassment take over, and they overtake joy. They overtake envy. They overtake all of these different things. And this character, Riley, is now going to school, wanting to have the best of both worlds, wants to be with the cool kids, but also wants to maintain an association with her old friends. What a great, great movie this was. It was funny. It was heartfelt. I literally teared up in this movie. And again, biggest opening since Barbie. The second biggest opening ever for an animated feature. It's going to go off and win tons of awards. Rotten Tomatoes had it at 98% fresh from both the people watching it and also the critics. And those are the bottle up emotions right there. It was such a great movie, so fun to watch. Pixar finally got it done. And it got me thinking, Joe, as I take this out, what movie are you most interested in this year? Because we talked before the show started, and I mentioned the fact that the summer blockbuster has gone away. And part of it is because streaming. Part of it is because of the writers and actors strikes earlier the past couple of years. But what's weird about the list of movies coming out this year is that most of the big movies are coming out in Q4. October, November, December.
You don't have a whole lot coming out in June. I mean,
nothing is coming out except Inside Out 2. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, I mean, you have some stuff that's coming out. Like I'm looking at the schedule right now, and nothing's really just like coming out at me and be like, man, this is something I got to see in the month of June.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm looking. July, it's another kid flick kind of thing going out in July 4th, the weekend of July. July 4th weekend usually is a big movie thing.
Yeah, that used to be Independence Day.
Yeah,
that used to be
big ones,
Terminator and all that stuff. Yeah.
And now it's just like,
they just didn't do it. They didn't have time to put it all together. But take a look at what's coming out at the end of the year. You've got in July, at least, you'll have another big movie, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I want to see that one.
It's rated R though.
Yeah.
Okay, it's rated R, so it might not be as big as what most people think it would be if it was PG-13, but I kind of respect that it's R. Beetlejuice comes out in September. Joker in October.
That one might be something that I'd be watching.
Venom comes out in October.
Nah, dude, that's a hard pass for me. That whole Venom series that they did over at Sony. Nah.
Look what comes out in November. Gladiator 2.
Now that might be interesting, man.
Moana 2.
Nah.
The film version of Wicked comes out. And then in December, you've got Kraven the Hunter, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Mufasa the Lion King.
Oh man,
it's going to be a strong end of the year.
I don't know. There's one movie that's coming out. It's called Werewolves, dude. That looks pretty damn cool. I'm always been a movie big into like monster movies.
Yeah.
So that might be something I might want to check out. It looks interesting to me, but yeah, it looks like a B movie kind of thing. You got to go watch it with your boys, and you have to pregame before you get there.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm excited about a lot of those movies. Sam Salinas was out saying that he's not excited about them. The one that I'm kind of confused about is the one involving Gladiator, because I guess is it about the boy?
I don't know what they're gonna do with this one, dude.
I think it's about the boy. So we'll take a look at that. I think Lucius was his name, right?
Yeah.
Let's get into some more entertainment news. Sandlot star Tom Geary got arrested. Now, for those of you who don't know who Tom Geary is, he is Smalls in The Sandlot, the popular movie from the 1990s. Iconic. I love that movie. He threw a 35-pound dumbbell onto a neighbor's Jeep windshield. There's video of it. The video is not that great. I mean, it just shows him flicking it right there and then just going across the street. First of all, who walks around the neighborhood in jeans and no t-shirt?
This guy does.
35-pound ball. Apparently, he apologized immediately thereafter, but then just like wandered off.
Why would he do that?
Second time arrested, by the way, because he was arrested like a decade ago for headbutting a cop. So, yeah.
But why would you do that?
They didn't really say. It says TMZ obtained video of the alleged incident, and it appears Tom tossing a huge weight at a car windshield, shattering it completely. He brought it behind his head and just like body slammed it down. Here's his mugshot. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
And what a dumbass.
This happened 2 weeks ago.
He seems like
the video just came out, and that was him as a kid.
Yeah, he just seems like he's one of these stupid ass neighbors, that you don't want to have around, just causing problems, man.
Bill Belichick is making the news.
Oh God, dude.
And it's not because NFL OTAs are going on.
This one was funny, man. I was in the pool with my nephew, dude, that was visiting from Maryland. Where me and my boys were in the pool, right? We're just chilling, listening to music, drinking. And my nephew tells me, look what happened with Bill Belichick.
Yeah, so Bill Belichick is the future Hall of Famer for the New England Patriots, is dating a 24-year-old former cheerleader named Jordan Hudson. It's according to TMZ Sports. He is recently single, by the way, and now he's got kids that are older than his girl. Now here's photos of Jordan Hudson. Let's go ahead and launch the gallery here. This is who Bill Belichick and his 6 rings.
This is what six rings buys you.
This is what it gets you. All right.
Why are we mad at Bill?
Should we be mad at Bill?
Why are we mad at Bill?
Should we be mad? I mean, I guess. I mean, Demon Joe comes out. I mean, part of me is thinking gross, right? There's the half plus 7 rule, right? Which basically says you shouldn't go for somebody who's younger than half plus 7 your age.
I mean,
right?
but if somebody's throwing themselves at you and you're of a certain age, beautiful woman.
But I mean, Belichick is like 72 years old.
Hey, man, if she's throwing
I
herself
can't
at
picture
the brother,
myself
man.
at 72 being like that with a 24-year-old girl. Now, if I was in the situation, I probably would be Demon Bill in that situation. But my goodness, man, that
Look
is
at Chris Gonzalez, this comment.
Bill ran the hidden ball trick on her.
Oh, God.
She leans forward and he screams, Omaha, Omaha.
Look at Jesse A. I wasn't familiar with Bill's game.
I guess he has personality.
Hey.
24 years old.
Now that's somebody I can say he has puro game.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question. Let's localize this.
Yeah.
He's basically the same age as Greg Popovich.
God,
Okay,
bro.
Greg Popovich loved his wife very much so. He's been widowed for 5 or 6 years,
Yeah.
to my knowledge.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anything about Pop hooking up with anybody ever since.
Doesn't seem like he goes on any dates or anything.
I'm not saying that he doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just saying that it hasn't been publicized if it is true.
Yeah.
How would San Antonio react if Pop was shacking up with a 24-year-old girl?
Hey, shoot your shot, man.
No, dude. That's not how San Antonio would roll with it. Like, what's the
Go get your prize, King.
I think 45 is the youngest Pop could roll with where people would not give him second looks.
Oh man, he'd probably be somebody in their 50s, 40s.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
But if he rolled out with a 24-year-old former silver dancer, right? I mean, that's the equivalent. The equivalent is Pop hooking up with a silver dancer from 3 years ago.
Hey man, they need to bring them silver dancers back.
They do.
This hype squad ain't it, dude.
But you know what? It's because they don't want to pay them.
No, that wasn't it, dude. I'm telling you, the reason that they don't want to bring them back is because the players couldn't stop banging the girls, man. That was the problem.
No, man.
No, I'm telling you, that was the real reason.
What the problem is that they wanted income also.
Yeah.
There was a money component to it all, and they're like, "We'll give you free modeling shots." And they're like, "That doesn't pay for bills."
Well, they had their wives showing up to practice while they're trying to show the prospective, let's say, sponsors coming in. And then you have the wives coming in getting mad at the players because they caught them sleeping with the girls and stuff.
Oh, JHNSB, come on, dude. We don't use the word woke here, man. Again, if you don't like something, it doesn't mean it's woke. Okay, that's a conservative way of saying I don't like something, therefore it's woke. That word is banned here. Reasons. Chris Gonzalez saying, I bet Bill told her about his 5-year plan.
God,
going back to that Adam Sandler movie. This week. Might rain a lot this week, dude. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. Let's see here. I'm looking at the right now. There's a hurricane, Hunter, going right now into the Gulf of Mexico. We now, according to my app here, have an 80% chance of widespread rain on Wednesday and 30 with a high of just 82 degrees here in San Antonio. 50% chance of rain on Friday. Would you welcome, Joe, a tropical storm coming through San Antonio?
No, man, I'm good with all that. Without all that rain, dude. I mean, I like some rain, but you're gonna get torrential downpours and stuff. That's just gonna mess up everything, dude. It's gonna be so bad. You're gonna have a lot of flash flooding, a lot of damage everywhere. I need to get my roof fixed, man. So I'm fine without all that rain.
Well, we need it, dude.
We need it, but not that much.
My family was at Medina Lake over the weekend.
Oh yeah,
and they're like, there's nothing. There's no water.
What are they doing at Medina Lake to begin with? There ain't no water in there.
It ain't even a lake anymore. It's just Medina.
It's like a little puddle.
If that,
they don't even have their park open. They used to have a park at Medina Lake.
Yeah.
Right around, once you get out of the division, the subdivision, where they have all the houses and the lake houses and all that, and you go on that little side street that they have there, and they used to have a public park, and it's closed. It's been closed because the water levels are so low. There's nothing there.
My ex has family that has one of those lake houses there.
Yeah.
It overlooks a pile of rocks.
Yeah, and there's nothing. One of my buddies has a lake house out there. His dad does. And when you go out there where they used to have the docks, the floating docks, because the water level was so high, they're all on the ground now. You can literally walk all the way from my friend's backyard, which opens up to the lake.
Yeah.
You go down there, nothing but a dry lake bed. And they have a lot of stuff, though, man. Right now, there's a lot of artifacts. So
there is.
They walk around, and they're just pulling stuff.
Well, if you can show my screen real fast, this is according to the Weather Channel right now, that there is like a 70% chance of some sort of development. And by the way, the water in the Gulf right now, the water in the Atlantic is really, really high. Corpus could get 3 to 5 inches of rain. I'm seeing between 2 and 4 inches in San Antonio. That is through Wednesday only, not including Thursday, not including Friday. Look at this. Look at this. 80% chance, more like 100% chance. I'm calling it. I'm doing this show Wednesday and Thursday from my house.
Oh, man. If you're going to guarantee rain, that means nothing's going to happen. Don't be like these weathermen. Oh, and Tim Gonzalez just went ahead and said he tagged us in this, that he reposted.
Yes.
So this is him going ahead and saying good luck to Ariana Robinson and Team USA, because, of course, she was a Duke basketball alum. Mm-hmm. So now she's on the Team USA, the women's Team USA team.
That's amazing. Don Harris has been following for the longest time the runner. If you can show my screen,
Sure. Oh yeah, I saw that too, man. I retweeted this.
Yeah, so there's a runner from Bernie Champion named
Yeah.
Elizabeth Leachman who ran a personal record 4 minutes and 44 seconds to finish second in the Nike Nationals. 4 minutes and 44 seconds for a mile. That is crazy. And she's out here competing with other Olympic hopefuls, and she's competing as a high schooler.
She's got skills, man.
She breaks state records like crazy. And again, this is part of the trials. Now, she finished second, and apparently the mile is not her specialty. That is not her thing, but she did very, very well. The person who did won by like 4 seconds or so, but still not bad for somebody who's just in high school. And I don't think graduates this year. I think she graduates like in a couple of years.
Jeez.
And she's doing her thing out there. So congratulations to her. Don Harris also making the point that Randolph's Sophia Benday finished third behind Leachman from Bernie Champion. So again, we had second and third place from the San Antonio area. Very, very, very nice, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah, I was going to say one of the things that we need to do too is we need to give some love to our boys over at MCS General Contracting, namely Chris Leha, one of the hardest working men in the business. MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business, honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show. Yeah, so we just want to give a shout out there to Christopher Leha, hardest working man in the business. Make sure you go and follow him on the MCS General Contracting X page. They're going to be releasing some great stuff over there. Looking forward to working with them in the future here. I'm going to go ahead and give my boy a shout out and be calling him or later on this week so we can, have a little discussion here. But MCS General Contracting, they lay out that diamond hard concrete, man. Nobody better in the job right now on the scene than MCS General Contracting. If you want it done right, give Christopher Leha a call so he can come out and go ahead and take a look and see what you got. Maybe you need a new patio. Maybe you need a new sidewalk or something, or even a parking lot, maybe a pool. Go ahead and give MCS General Contracting a call. And we got Mike coming back here. You see the scruff? It's still going. I don't know if that's good or bad, man. Kind of scary, man. That's like a werewolf scruff or something, dude. Hey, man, next time you go to the barber, dude, get the eyebrows done too at the same time. Where they, how they shave the brows, they do the whole thing, dude. Get the works.
I don't think that people could see the scruff from as far away as this camera is. That's why I had to go over there for it. I'm going to screenshot that, by the way.
Yeah, so we just gave a shout out to MCS General Contracting. And I was saying, if you want something done right, call Christopher Leha. And you can attest because he went ahead and did some renovation in your backyard.
He did, man. They did an extension to my driveway.
Yeah.
My back porch, rather. And they built a sidewalk leading up to it.
Oh, yeah, it was all mud
steps.
Before.
It was all mud because my dogs had destroyed it and whatnot. And now they can't get out of the house. They can't get out of the yard.
Except for Daisy.
Daisy's too little, dude.
Yeah.
She digs her way out. Dude, she's a little excavator, dude. She just goes out there and just digs away. Do we want to have a Demon Mike segment or do we want to talk about something else? Because, by the way, now I feel better. I don't know if you know this. Now I feel better because I had a pee.
Yeah. Well, that's why I went ahead and ran the ad.
It was Bill Miller's tea that has gotten me here.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine who's female who is asking whether or not we should have a dating segment on this show, Joe. Do you think our listeners would want to have a dating segment? And she basically says, I'll be the girl to kind of give you guys advice and stuff like that.
Oh, man.
She's a bit of a nugget.
What's wrong with that? I think that would be funny, dude.
Okay, so this is my friend Bianca.
Okay, let's go ahead and check it out.
Oh, it says, that's her right there. It says private, so
yeah, because you're on my Insta.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, so she is willing to check out what people are doing when it comes to their dating profiles and things like that. We already have some people saying, "I want to date Mike." Nice. People are saying no thanks, and that's why we're asking. They're saying no
I know
thanks.
if it says no thanks.
Well, okay, that's why we're asking. Thought I'd throw that out there. Did you follow the Haktua girl?
No, man, I have not.
Have you? Okay, so I need the audio up for this.
Yeah, it's on, man. You just got to play it.
Okay, so let me see if I can spell this.
Just got to unmute it.
Yeah, so this girl went viral over the weekend, and it was asking the question.
Oh, it's everything's ready to go. You just
It's ready to go. Okay.
You just got to unmute it.
Yeah, so the world is looking for this girl, right? All over social media. They're asking her, like, where is she?
You gotta give him that hawk.
One move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
You gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that.
I can see what that be like.
Damn.
That makes a man go crazy every time.
You gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that.
So the best part of it all is that people are now putting it to music, and they're trying to find who this girl is, and people are all weekend long were like, well, that's all I want for Father's Day is the hot Tua.
God, bro.
I like this right here. My mom, I want to meet your girlfriend. Like, yeah.
Damn.
What do you want?
They made him the freaking song.
This girl is right here saying that is not me. People are trying to identify her.
Crazy every time.
This was her friend though. Like walked away.
Oh man, look at Tim Gonzalez is laughing. Hand over fist. Missy Elliott over here. God, can you imagine? Like if her parents see this on TikTok,
Yeah.
what are they gonna say?
Hey, did you hear that there is a new version of the Chevy Girls?
Oh, you were telling me there was like another competitor.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find them on here.
Yeah.
There's a you know how we talk about the Chevy Girls. We talk about them fondly on the show.
What is it
I
called?
gotta
El
find-
Camino, or was it
Camino Real?
Camino Real?
Camino Real Chevy. Apparently, the girl that is in the skirt is now advertising for companies in San Antonio.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she's a model, right? Like
Yeah,
she's a spokesperson.
She's a spokesperson
Yeah.
for whatever it is. So I gotta find her, man. But there's apparently there's apparently a car dealership in Austin who's doing the exact same thing. And I thought about it, and I thought to myself, okay, well, this is just a complete ripoff, right?
Yeah.
Well, I started watching the videos, and the first video is this girl going, my cousin Jessica, who's the girl in the skirt, my cousin Jessica said we should do this.
Really?
So it got me
I
one.
thought you were showing
Oh
it.
no, I gotta find out. I gotta find it, man. I gotta find it. If it was on my Instagram, I gotta log into my Instagram on your thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah,
Maybe tomorrow.
so the girl who did the Haktua, do you think she'll regret that, or do you think that she'll like that she's famous?
That's just part of her personality, dude. This girl's like the life of the party.
Now
man.
that was in Nashville. That they did all those bars on Broadway Street in Nashville, where
yeah.
I was at a week ago.
Yeah, hanging out with all the white people, Mike. Come on, that's your
where they're
jam.
interviewing him.
That's your jam.
That's my jam.
That's your jam.
At Kid Rocks.
Yeah, man. It's like they were all making fun of you last time too when you're out there by Tennessee, and they're like Mike hanging out with all the white people.
Okay. Okay. I want to go back over there, and I want to, if you can roll back, we're going to ask the question: do I keep the scruff?
All right. Let's see. I'll scoot over a little bit.
Okay, so I have never grown facial hair in my life. Give me a letter grade as to how it's coming out. Do you like the fact that it has some white in there? Because I don't have any white up top, very little up top, none on the bottom.
Oh.
So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, peeps? Those who are watching the show right now. Should I keep this going? Should I do the goatee only? Should I try to connect the beard and hope that this comes out in a few weeks? I mean, it's there, but it's not all the way over. It's interesting because girls are telling me to keep it, but guys are telling me to drop it.
And you were talking about that hot Tua girl. Look at Joe Gonzalez says, She doesn't
the hot
regret
Cheeto
it.
girl would be about keeping it.
Yeah, she says she doesn't regret it, MJ. And then Sam Salinas says, funny thing is, she probably the girl who wouldn't actually do that.
because it's always the quiet girls, right?
Yeah. Look at, and then you have Joshua A saying, keep it. Looks good.
I mean, it looked good close up. I don't know if it's in person if it looks good.
Yeah,
Does it look good on just camera?
probably. I got to shave mine, man. The wife doesn't like it, so I'll probably wind up shaving mine off today.
All completely off?
Completely off.
Now, that
man.
would be funny if you're clean shaven tomorrow and I'm all scruffed up on day 11.
Yeah, I tried to kiss my daughter on the cheek the other day,
Yeah.
and she was like, "No, Daddy, I don't like that because it." She says it's too rough for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes, "You got to shave."
Well, you know, my son who's special needs, right? He has a Down syndrome. By the way, I did get guardianship over the weekend. That's why I wasn't here on Friday for Friday's show. Or actually, what show was it? Was it?
Yeah, it was Friday's
show. It
show.
was Friday's show. But long story short, he loves mimicking what I do.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm going to show a photo of him real quick. This is my boy. Let's see here. Where's it at? That's my boy right there. So I have a little bit of scruff there, right? So my son is looking at my chin and we tell him to shave, right? Because he has electric razor.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to do it today.
He's going to let it grow.
You know why he didn't want to do it? Because I didn't do it. So now he's got some stubble underneath him. He's 22 years old. He's got some stubble underneath him. I'm going to try to convince his mom to let him grow it out.
Yeah, let him grow. Let him
See
grow
what
it
happens.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, my ex ain't going to go for it, though.
She'll be like, no.
Hey, we bypassed a certain topic here because I have a poll on Twitter asking the question, what boxer are you going to spend your hard-earned money on? And we had some choices here. Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Canelo Alvarez, or Jake Paul.
Oh, I voted, man.
51% are saying that they would rather see Canelo fight again.
Yeah.
Canelo's old to me, dude. I mean,
No,
come on, man. Like 5 years ago, yeah, dude. That was the draw.
You're not a steward of boxing, bro. You got to respect what Canelo can do out there in the ring, man.
Do you know who I want to see?
No.
I'll spend money on Tank.
Tank is cool and all, but the problem with Tank is he's just really good, man, in the ring because he has a high IQ. So what he does is he downloads data a lot. So he'll lose just like Canelo does. He'll lose a first round, first 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and then he'll let these boxers just get tired because Tank has a very unique style. What he does is he keeps on coming at you. Mm-hmm. So in order to stop Tank, you got to punch him. Yeah. But if you start going toe to toe with the kid, he's gonna knock you out.
He is,
and he's gonna get you cornered like he did this other brother. You know, he got him cornered in the corner.
Dude, I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't stop the fight. We'll show that in a second.
Dude, he was brutal, man.
John Dyer saying add Terrence Crawford to that list. I mean, Crawford beat the crap out of Spence last year. I can see that. But you see the fight over the weekend. Garcia. I mean, Tank Davis rather. After the fight, King Ryan coming up to him with the front of his shirt saying Tank's #1 fan, and behind it says rematch me, bitch.
I saw that.
Now Tank Davis hadn't fought in about 14 months.
Yeah, he's laughing at Ryan, dude.
Yeah, he hadn't fought in about 14 months. But dude, the scene, there's this one shot from the crowd that I want to show. Of him getting the knockout. Oh, this is it right here. Oh, no, that's not it. But still, you see Tank Davis go out there and just annihilate this guy.
Well, he got him. He got him. I mean, he got him with an uppercut first, and then he stunned him, and he went back, and Tank noticed that, and then he just finished him off, dude. He just came over with the overhand left punch, you know?
Yeah, taking on Martin here. And I'm surprised they let this go. Dude, he was so far into the ropes. He was basically in the second row.
He didn't have enough to punch himself out no more. And, you know, Tank
just jumping on the ropes, dude.
Yeah,
look at that, man. Making it a nightclub. And then King Ryan just going over there to congratulate him. And the rematch me now, bitch t-shirt and the backflip. Dude, I'm sorry, man. I'm a Tank guy, dude.
No, and
I'm a Tank guy.
Ain't nothing wrong with Tank. In order to beat him, you gotta outsmart the kid.
So many people thought that he was going to beat King Ryan that King Ryan was going to take out Tank last year, and I was like, in what world, dude?
Tank is just smart.
Tank
man.
is my favorite boxer right now.
Tank is a smart boxer, man. That's all that was. He just let this dude get tired out, and that was the end of it, man.
There's a view from the stands that is remarkable because it showed it from a different angle, but it also showed how excited the crowd got, amped up with the jumping on the ropes and stuff like that. It was cool, dude. That was cool.
Says, who are you all going for tonight, Celtics or Mavs? Man, I'll be honest with you. I was rooting for the Mavs, man, but at this point, not rooting for them like, oh, they must win, just like, hey, it's a Texas team. It'd be nice if they win. Cool, But, I mean, the Celtics are just the better team, dude. They're going to probably put them away tonight.
Yeah, I think the Celtics put them away also. I mean, I'm cheering for the Mavericks.
Yeah.
And I'm cheering for a good game. But I can see the crowd getting amped up, and I can see the Celtics running away with it and it being over with about 3 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah.
I can see them getting amped up and Jaylen Brown winning the MVP. That's what I want to see.
It should be going to Jaylen Brown. If they give it to Tatum, man, that'd be, I don't know, a little surprising to me.
We went through a lot today, dude. This was a lot of show.
Yeah, we went through a lot of stuff.
We're an hour and a half in, and we're going to be wrapping things up right now. But
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is that I'm looking at all the things we talked about. We talked about the NBA Finals, the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese dust up yesterday, DeChambeau winning the U.S. Open. We've been talking about the Brahmas. We talked about George Strait, Inside Out 2. Movies coming out this later on this year.
Yeah.
Smalls being arrested. Bill Belichick having the dog in him. Hawk Tua. We talked about a lot today, dude. We talked about weather.
It's like we're getting good
Father's
at this thing.
Day.
It's like we're getting good at this thing now.
And I think that's the reason why people like this podcast is because we are content driven, not necessarily 100% personality driven.
Yeah.
We're content driven. And we like talking about a lot of different things. A lot of things go on.
Oh, God.
Israel saying Deadpool and Wolverine, which I believe is next month.
Yeah. Hey, man, one of the things that I did get down with yesterday and I watched, just like Jesse, House of the Dragon season 2 premiered. And I've read these books, so I knew it was going to happen in this episode. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody, but sure enough, it happened, dude. It was brutal.
Really?
It got in real Game of Thrones real quick.
Nice.
Out the gate, bro. So I knew it was going to happen, man. It's coming, but it was good. It was a good episode, man.
I'm binging right now. I'm wrapping up Nashville all over again because I saw Charles Astin in concert. I think I'm going to go off and watch the other Charles Astin show, which is on Netflix, Outer Banks. He plays Ward Cameron, I believe. So apparently he's a jackass in that show. I'm probably going to go to that one next when it's all said and done.
Yeah, look at what Sith Elias says. Mike, can I sit in with you? Goatee Brothers.
Goatee Brothers. Hey, man, here's the thing, Sith. You come at me about my weight all the time, but I didn't give you crap on social media. But I respect that you had a shirtless at the beach photo the other day. Not only are we Goatee Brothers, we're spare tire brothers as well, brother.
Oh, look at this, man. It says The Boys season 4 also premiered this week. I did watch that, man. The Boys is wild, dude.
What is that?
It's a series that comes out on Amazon Prime. But if you've never seen it before, it's a big graphic, brother. I don't know if it's right up your alley, but it's out there, dude. It's about superheroes, but it's not like you're Superman saving the day, dude. These guys, they got problems, man.
Hey, over the weekend, I briefly got to meet comedian Whitney Cummings. I got the photo up real fast.
Yeah. Look at Israel Camacho saying, "Let me know when you go to a game. I'll see if I can give you my discount at the fan shop." I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the SAFC, which we got to go. SAFC lost over the weekend, 1-0, and they're kind of falling down in the standings a little bit. There's still, some things they can do, but it's still a good time to go out and check the game. It's fun.
We need to have a draft party.
We're gonna do something for.
You want to go to the Rock?
That's exactly what I did. I already got my RSVP.
Okay.
And they said once you do your RSVP, they send you the little link in the email. And they're like, "Oh yeah, you got a free drink as well." So I'm like, "What are we talking about? Free drink?" I know it's probably gonna be like a little 5-ounce or 8-ounce soda. It's not gonna be like a free beer.
Yeah. Show my screen real fast. This is Whitney Cummings, comedian superstar. I thought that was pretty cool. She was like, I don't want anybody having their phones out.
Oh, Israel's talking about Spurs. Yeah, my bad, brother.
Yeah. Witty Cummings was like, I don't want anybody having their phones out during the show. But
Yeah.
she wasn't all George Lopez about it. She was just basically saying, look, I have new material that I'm trying out right now. This is not for like to dispense this out, but after the show, you can all take selfies with me. So everyone just lined up and she went out there and got the selfie, and said she posed for everybody. She was really nice. Pretty cool. Got to hang out with your boy Angel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we went to high school together, man.
Yeah, I am very good friends with his girlfriend Val.
Yeah.
And her friend Myra. We all went to the show. Some photos from this weekend. This was at the Spurs Club. Now, I did do something that was okay. This was a joke. We were not feeding each other. That was just a joke. But we had chicharrones with lobster mac and cheese on top.
Yeah.
It was gross, but it was amazingly good. Like, we're the Mexicans there going
Chicharrones.
because we had chicharrones, we had lobster mac and cheese, right, as a side.
Yeah.
And it wasn't all eaten. And I was like, well, what if we put it on top? And it was so good.
You might have found a new appetizer there.
JHNSB saying Pride Month. Hey, man, I celebrate Pride Month. I love the month of June.
No.
I got nothing but love for my gay and lesbian friends.
Look at Sith Elias. She got some wet shirt pics on Insta.
Mm-hmm.
He said she's a low-key hottie. Oh, look at Sith Elias says, we gorritos need to stick together.
The problem is, if we get sweaty and touch, we will stick together.
Oh, God, dude. It's so hot, though, man. San Antonio, like this time of year, we ain't even gotten to the month of July and August yet. It's just been unbearable already.
Dude, I don't even let my dogs outside anymore.
It's just too hot, man.
I let my dogs outside at night, and that's it, man.
I went to Market Square the other day with my sister-in-law and my nephew.
Mm-hmm.
It was in the middle of the day. We just said they wanted to do something. I said, let's just go to, Market Square, walk around. So it was easy to get there because, there's nobody downtown right now because it's too hot. So we had good parking and everything, walked around a little bit. And my sister-in-law and my nephew are like, it's hot. I'm like, well, that's why they have an inside part to Market Square. We went in there and it was hot inside, but they had the big fans going on. That's I know what'll cure you guys. So we went straight to the bar they have up there.
Yeah.
And got some drinks and everything. Everybody's having a good time. We got refreshed.
I don't know if it cures it. It makes it a little bit better.
It's more bearable.
Were the Edgars out?
No, there was no tecuaches out there, dude. It was really dead. We were just walking around, just looking at all the shops. It was nice, It was like it wasn't filled with people like during Fiesta, Did
you see that video of George Lopez bolting a couple weeks ago?
Oh yeah, El Jefe had put it up.
It finally got released, and yeah, Jefe put it up there.
Do you have it on right now?
I don't, man, but
I'll go to Jeff's. Jeff has it on. He had put it out there.
Although my daughter said I was looking like
There
George
it is.
Lopez with my stubble.
Here it is. Let's go ahead and share it. There's the video.
Him getting all mad performance. I think it was.
Look
in
at him, dude. He
California.
looks like Einstein with that hair, bro. Like, cut the hair, man.
Dude, George Lopez is the most entitled SOB in all of freaking Hollywood amongst Latinos.
Like
And I hate the fact that Latinos, when they get big, oftentimes become like him. You have two directions you can go into. You can become a jackass like him, or you could be someone who's uplifting like Eva Longoria.
Yeah, this guy's a jackass,
Eva
man.
Longoria is all about uplifting other Latinos in Hollywood. George Lopez feels like he's an entitled asshole, dude. He really is.
Look at
And his shows suck.
Oh yeah, his jokes are already dated, dude. Look at what Sith Elias says. There were Edgars at the beach because he was on vacation. And Joshua A says Edgar's at Chalk Bluff in Uvalde. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Sith. He looks like Albert Einstein, man.
Alberto Einstein.
Alberto.
JHNSB saying he's a Ralph Barbosa guy, dude. Ralph Barbosa, dude. That's the thing about it is that he doesn't want to like let go.
Yeah, man.
And the stories are that George Lopez blackballs people from the industry.
Yeah, man. This
And
guy's
says
weird
that he won't perform in certain places if there are other Latinos on the bill.
because he ain't funny no more, man.
He ain't relevant.
He hasn't come up with new material. Like, do something different, Or you know what? The best thing to do at your age now, since I mean his career is already, the sun is setting.
Yeah.
Help some of the up and comers, man. Bring them on stage with you. You have that platform because your name alone will get people interested. But use it to go ahead and introduce them to a new generation of comedian.
Because the George Lopez show, the first incarnation of it on ABC back in the day, was pretty good.
Way back when, yeah.
Call up a photo of the George Lopez show if you can.
Oh man,
I saw this thing on, and this will be a topic for tomorrow for Demon Mike time. And it asked the question, who are the hottest moms in TV history?
God.
I believe her name is Constance Marie.
Yeah, let's see if I can see a good picture of him. This is it.
Is she top 5?
Yeah.
These are kind of small. Type in the mom on the show.
Let's go ahead and see if I can open it in a new tab. There you go. That's her right there.
Is the mom from the George Lopez show a top 5 mom of all time? Hottie mom of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That right there is perfection. That is Latina perfection right there.
And look what they put. George Lopez keeps Latino down by confirming stereotypes. Oh, gosh.
Exactly. George Lopez, Jennifer Lopez. I don't know any good Lopez, according to Midtown, Texas.
Oh, look. She was also in Marcela
she played the
Quintanilla.
mom.
Mm-hmm.
But they also made her look older at the time.
Oh, yeah. No, she was cute back in the day, dude.
Top 5? Top 5.
You know who else was hot, dude? The mom from the Wizards of Waverly Place.
I knew you were going to go there.
Dude, man.
She's Latina hottie right
She's
there as well.
Latina hottie, bro. I'd say pick your fighter.
The one who played. Okay, look up Amy Duncan.
Let me see.
She was from a show on Disney Channel back in the day.
Oh yeah, that's
she's not all MAGA'd out, but back in the day.
You want me to put a picture of what she looked like back in the day?
Yeah, back in the day when I would watch Disney with my daughter.
Good Luck, Charlie.
Good Luck, Charlie. That's what the show. But then she became all hardcore MAGA, and it's like conspiracy theorist on social media. Yeah, dude, she did it for me. Now, girl from George Lopez show, I would take in a heartbeat. But that one right there, nugget.
Let me go and see if I can pull up the mom from Wizards of Waverly Place, dude.
The mom,
dude. The mom she was rocking, bro. There she is. Let's go ahead and pull up the tab.
Oh yes.
No,
she drinks for free. She ain't paying cover.
Oh look, it took me a while to realize you weren't talking about Tim's ex. No, man.
So I'll put out a question on Twitter asking the question, who's the hottest mom in TV show history? Dude, I mean, no lies detected on that one. No lies detected on that one. Amy, oh my God. None of them are recent though. Oh, well, you know what? Modern Family girls.
Oh yeah.
Sofia Vergara. Well, I mean, the blonde also did it for me.
Oh God, bro.
She was nugget. Top 5. Claire Dunphy, Jesse A. Claire Dunphy. They all win close to poll. Sam's list. We'll talk more about this in a Demon Mike segment.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have the poll, bro. We're gonna have to go ahead and bring it out. Choose your fighter,
because
Mike.
Because we're doing this blindly. We're not actually looking up, like researching this.
Yeah, we just went ahead and did on the fly.
Like you and I both went Disney.
Yeah,
that's funny, dude.
Hey man, choose your fighter.
Claire Dunphy. God, she's perfect. Let's call Claire Dunphy real fast.
Okay,
let's call Claire Dunphy. Because you got mad at me that one time I told you I had a celebrity crush on a girl from the Weather Channel, that it wasn't just Felicia Combs, it was the nerdy white girl.
Yeah, I'm getting her.
But Claire Dunphy though, Claire Dunphy. Let's see.
I'm just gonna pull out like a picture of her, like if she was right on the show,
Yes, it's the attitude, dude. It's the attitude.
And look at Samson, and she aged like fine wine. Oh, the wife from Married with Children.
Oh,
Peggy Bundy.
Peggy Bundy.
Oh,
Peggy Bundy,
God,
most
man.
likely to do the hot two.
Let's go ahead and see if we can bring a picture of Peggy Bundy from like what she looked like.
Was
back in
she
the day.
hot back in the day? I mean, I was too busy checking out Kelly Bundy and the new Alante.
God. Let's see if I can get a picture. There it is. That's a good one right there. We'll use this one. Choose your fighter.
All right, let's see. I mean, why was Al shying away from her? Why didn't Al not want to bang her?
I don't know. Al's a weird ass.
I mean, the big red hair. I mean, she was always DTF. What was the problem with Al Bundy?
Who knows? Oh, that's a small picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you get it. You guys get it.
So I saw a thing the other day on Twitter asking the
Yeah,
question,
they're all small.
who is your Mount Rushmore of crushes from the 80s? And off the top of my head, I listed Sloane from Ferris Bueller,
Sloane.
Ali Sheedy from War Games, Tawny Katane from the Whitesnake videos, and I listed a fourth one. I can't remember which one the fourth one was. But
I always forget that Claire Dunphy was in
was in
Happy
Gilmore.
Gilmore, bro. I forget she was in that.
Mm-hmm. She hot, dude. She nice.
Oh, Fran the nanny was the hottest girl. But that laugh, dude.
Yeah.
Could do it, man. You know what? That's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna do that sometime this week, Mike. We're gonna go ahead and maybe when we have Jefe on,
Yeah.
we'll have him choose his fighter. I'm gonna talk with Jeff and tell him we need
So we'll
you
do
to
that
give us
Wednesday.
your fighter, man.
Your 5 hottest TV moms,
TV moms,
of
yeah.
all time.
We'll ask him that on Wednesday, dude. We'll do the poll on
And
Wednesday.
maybe we need to do it where there's like you have to have one from you need to have at least one from every decade, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Because like in the 80s, I mean, maybe it's Peggy Bundy. I mean, were there a lot of hot moms on 80s sitcoms?
You got to go back and look. Some of them were, dude. You had Suzanne Summers when she was in that sitcom.
Oh, Step by
KSAT
Step.
12, yeah.
Step by Step,
Used to
Day
came out
by Day.
Yeah, it used to come out on ABC, which was KSAT 12.
That's a good one, dude. That's a
Yeah.
very good one.
Because I mean, she was still rocking back then. You know, she was smoking hot.
Sith coming out saying Mike would say Sophia from the Golden Girls.
No, who was that?
Blanche Devereaux.
Blanche, dude. That one, the she wasn't even a
dirty one?
cougar. She wasn't even a cougar. She was like a lioness, dude. She was straight going in for the kill, bro.
Dude, Blanche Devereaux. I loved her.
She was the one that had that rough voice. You could see she was smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh, was that bad, honey? We can go get that PS5 now.
I love that meme of the overweight Latina with the young man behind her and saying like we can get the PS5.
Crying. Oh,
Yeah. See, I told you it wasn't that bad.
let's go get you that PS5.
Well, fellas, we did an hour and 50 today, so we're going to call it a day. We'll end the show with one last look at the scruff. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And again, we're going to have a giveaway later on this week of a Victor Wembanyama Rookie of the Year Topps card in the plastic case.
Yeah, hopefully you won't forget it this time.
I'll just give it to you outside so it's inside the house.
You know what's funny? Look at this. Joe Gonzalez is going way back.
Miss Garrett. You take the good, you take the bad, you take both in there. You
Facts
have
of
the facts
life,
of life,
bro. Come on,
the facts
man.
of life. Very nice. Everyone have a fantastic day today. I got to get to work.
Yep. We'll see you boys tomorrow. Peace.
See ya.